Okay, we'll give you a chance to also call and ask your questions to my guest, who is currently the head of financial planning for EcoBank Securities Wealth and Asset Management. And he also doubles up as the head of business development for Assets Management Business, EDC, in Ghana. He's a board member of the EDC Ghana Balanced Fund, which is the biggest balanced fund in the country. He's been pivotal in successfully developing a number of collective investment schemes, so he knows what his money is all about. He holds a BCom from the University of Cape Coast and an MBA from University of Ghana Business School that's in finance. He's currently a lecturer, so he teaches money as well. He's an author and writer, written for several magazines and publications, author of 4 books, including one that I read and it really changed the way I thought about money, Paul Kofi Mante. Good morning, welcome to the show.
Good morning to you, Kofi, and good morning to our wonderful viewers.
What exactly is financial independence or financial freedom?
Financial independence or financial freedom is getting to a stage where you can sustain your desired lifestyle without salary. Getting to a stage in life where you can sustain your desired lifestyle without salary. Meaning getting to a stage where you work because you want to work. You don't work because you need to work. Getting to a stage where you can use your life to do fulfilling things that may not necessarily be financially rewarding. So you get to a stage where you are free when so far as money is concerned. So when we talk about financial freedom or financial independence, that's basically what we're talking about.
I pulled up this definition, and I think it kind of syncs with exactly what you're saying. It's a definition of financial freedom. It's going to come up on the screen right now, and it has to do with the ability to live the lifestyle that you want, you know, without the need to work or be dependent on others.
Yeah.
Does that capture it?
Yes, it captures it. So it gets to a point you are free. Money is not a problem. You don't work for money. You don't need to work for money. In fact, you can devote your life in helping deprived schools, communities, teaching. You are a doctor. You can decide to go to the villages and help, because at that point, money is not a motivation. And you know you are very well sorted. You know.
Why is financial freedom or financial independence important? We're going to be using these terms interchangeably. Why is it so important?
Well, I think that it's even more important for us, I mean, at 2 levels, the individual level and the national level. The last time I checked the Forbes list of billionaires, when you look at on that list of billionaires, number 1 up to 100 on that list, there is only one person from Africa.
I think I know who he is. He's from Niger.
He's from Niger, Aliko Dangote. Number 1 up to 200, there is still only one from Africa. Still Aliko Dangote. What is the point I want to make here? The point I want to make here is, look, this is something we need to discuss at the national level. We need to learn to create wealth within. We need to learn to empower Ghanaians. We need to have more Ghanaians becoming financially independent, and people can volunteer the rest of their lives to do things that will help all of us. So we can look at that at national level, but at the individual level, it gives you freedom to do the things you want to do. You don't wake up in the morning rushing because somebody says you should rush. You have control over your life when you are financially independent. And look, money is important. And it's a fact. Money gives you the ability to do more things. And more things means more things.
Simple as that.
Yes, and it simply means more things. Money will give you access to better healthcare facilities. Money will give you access to better educational opportunities. I even understand money can make marriage better.
There's less complaining. Less complaining about the necessities.
Exactly. So the point is, money is important, and we need to appreciate the fact that money is important. And there is nothing wrong with aiming to become financially free, become financially independent.
Why are many people not financially independent or financially free?
I think that, one, people are not conscious about the fact that it is possible to be financially free or financially independent. So most people never take that decision. It won't happen overnight. It's not going to happen in 2 years, in 3 years. That's not what we're saying here. I will normally tell people I talk to, that if you want financial freedom, you should be looking at between 5 and 20 years. Between 5 and 20 years for anybody, the average Joe, the plumber, the teacher, the broadcaster, whoever, between 5 and 20 years, everybody can be financially free, can attain financial independence. Most people don't, because we never make that choice at any point in time that I want to be financially independent. And I think that's where it begins.
So somebody is watching and is thinking, okay, great stuff, great definition. Okay, 5 years at least, I can get on the road to financial freedom. Now the key question is, how do you do this? How do you go from wherever you are now to, in at least 5 years, being free financially?
Thank you, Kaf. There are a number of things we could look at. We will discuss what we can within the time we have. But I think the starting point is that decision. Today, 23rd April 2018, if you've never made that decision, you need to make that decision today. Mention your name and say that I want to be financially independent. And let today be a point of reference. Let it be the beginning of your journey towards financial independence. So I think that the first thing is a decision that...
Why is it important to declare it and put your name in that declaration?
Because you become more conscious about it. You know, everybody who has made a decision to be financially independent, when the salary hits the account, they know what must be done next. In fact, most of the people, and there are several ways of doing that. One way of doing it is through investment. And almost everybody who is doing that through investment, who is a salaried worker, has a standing order on their account.
So when the money hits your account, it
immediately,
goes off.
Exactly. Because the salary would never be enough for anybody. But if you have not made that decision, immediately money comes into your account, or you have money in your pocket, money will tell you what to do because you haven't planned for it. If you don't plan for money, money will tell you what to do with it. If you plan for money, you tell money what it should do. In other words, if you don't plan for it, you work for money. You become a slave to money. If you make the choice and you are deliberate about it, money works for you. You don't work for money. I know we are a very religious country. You know, there's a scripture, I think Proverbs 20:7. The Bible says, the rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is a servant to the lender.
Yeah, indeed.
The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is a servant to the lender. So I think the beginning point is that decision that need to be made. And I made that decision in 2006. And I've tracked my progress from that point up to today. And I gave myself some timelines on where I want to get to at what point in time. So it's the beginning. That is the first thing that needs to be done. A decision needs to be taken that I want to embark on this journey. And then it starts from there.
Okay, so you've decided, you've put your name in that declaration, you want to be financially independent, and you have to put a timeline on it?
Yes.
Why is that important?
Because it gives you reference and it helps you measure your progress. The beautiful thing about this is it's your own timeline. So if you give yourself 5 years and you became financially free in 10 years, so what? It's your decision. And for people who make that decision, I think one of the most important targets for everybody watching this program is you should have a target on when the return on your investment or your money that comes from passive income, not salary, when it will overtake your salary. So let's say you are on a salary of 5K. You need to have a target on when you want to have return on your investment or money not coming from salary overtaking that 5K.
It must be more than the 5K.
Exactly.
So that if the 5K salary disappears, that money is coming in for you.
Exactly. Most people have not thought about this, and I keep asking this question, and I will ask again this morning. If you lost your job today, 23rd April 2018, how many weeks, how many months, how many years can you survive and live your normal life without salary?
That's a big question.
Yes. And for me, the average worker, you must have at least a 6-month income cover. You must have some 6 months of equivalent of how much you are spending every month in some investment somewhere. If the worst should happen, you know that in the next 6 months, you can still take life easy and live a normal life and put yourself together again and then bounce back. So the first thing is that decision need to be taken. I think another important thing is you need to plan your finances. You need to sit down and ask yourself, how old am I today? What do I have so far as finances are concerned? Where do I want to get to? Another 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And how do I get there? That is financial planning. And that is exactly what we've started doing in my business. So you need to plan. And for me, there are 5 important areas of planning.
Let me have them.
1, whether you like it or not, you retire one day. And you need to plan for your retirement.
Even if you're 25?
Even if you are 25. In fact, the day you start work, you need to start planning for your retirement. There is a quotation from John Ruskin who says, and it's in one of my books, who says that a person has but one youth, and considering the consequences of employing that well, he has a reason to think himself rich. For that gone, all the wealth in the world cannot purchase another. So you need to plan. You need to plan because money is irrational. Money does not think. Money does not go to the person who needs it most. Money will not come to you because you're a poor man. Money will not come to you because you are sick and you need money to go to the hospital. Money only goes to those who are deliberate, who attract it.
So plan for your retirement. That's number one.
So plan for your retirement.
What about if you're 46? Is it too late?
Plan for your retirement.
Plan for your retirement.
If you are 55, plan for your retirement.
Okay.
If you are 58, plan for your retirement.
Okay.
The good thing is the younger you are, the easier it is.
Okay. But still plan, even if you are 55, 56.
Still plan. I'll give you an example. I have a client and we took this up at age 51. He retired last year. At age 51, he's retired. At the moment, he makes monthly interest of 60K.
Fantastic.
On interest. And this is not snitch money. This is something he did with EcoBank on the side. We decided to plan for retirement. He makes 60K every month. And you know what? He's on retirement, but now he says that, guys, pay 30,000 into my account every month. So he's on retirement, but he's put himself on a salary out of his investment,
60, yeah.
and he's taking 30K every month.
So 1,000 a day.
1,000 a day. That is his target, to spend 1,000 a day. So plan for your retirement.
Okay.
It doesn't matter your age. You're already at a crossroad.
So plan.
Plan.
Key 2.
Under key 2. So I mentioned 5 areas.
keys,
1 is retirement. 2 is housing.
Okay.
You need to plan for your housing. If you don't live in your own house, if you pay rent in a part of the world, it's extremely difficult to find the money to invest.
Exactly. 1 year, 2 years advance.
Exactly. And people will borrow money to pay the rent, and it's so complicated.
Make the landlord rich.
It's a rat race. By the time you finish paying the loan, your rent is up, and you take another loan and you pay. So I say that, look, if you can never rent, the complication and the problem with a lot of people is we confuse dream house with first house. So a young person wants to build the first house and they are looking at a 5-bedroom house, a 7-bedroom house. You will never finish.
It's the Moesha syndrome, man.
That's a topic for another.
The lines are open, so give us a call.
You will never
want
finish.
Big dreams, yeah.
Yes. So I am saying that 3-bedroom house, simple. Anybody who has a land who decides to build a 3-bedroom house within 5 years can build it. Number 3, plan for your children's education.
Okay.
And make sure that you push them through education to the level you want them to get to. Be deliberate about it. Last week I had somebody come into my office. We started planning for his children about 3 years ago. And the last one, who is 3 years, has 46K already.
Sitting there.
And we are building on that towards college education.
All right.
The 4th area of planning is planning to give back to society.
Okay.
Life is not all about you, your wife, and children. Life is also about impacting life and making the lives of other people better. You have no idea the number of potential doctors who are selling on our streets. The number of engineers, architects who are selling toffees and toilet roll and all that in traffic. So plan to give back to society.
Invest into those people.
Yes, and the last area of planning is also plan for high life. Plan to enjoy life.
Of course.
Plan to blow time.
So your money must be even budgeted for relaxation, so
Exactly.
vacations and things like that.
Because you see, we're looking at between 5 to 20 years for financial freedom. We pray that we live another 20 years.
Exactly.
But it's not in our hands. We don't control that. So we don't have tomorrow, but we have today. So we plan for tomorrow, but we also enjoy.
I like that one, plan for the high life. Let's go to Ho and speak to our caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. You are live on the air. Any questions for Paul?
Good morning, brother Kofi.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, and you? I'm
very well. What's your contribution?
I just want to ask that I don't have okay, let me say I'm self-employed. So how do I plan for my retirement?
Okay. That's a very good question because a lot of people are self-employed.
Yes.
So thank you very much. Paul, the self-employed, men and women who work for themselves.
Yes.
What do they do?
Put yourself on a salary. One, you work for yourself. It's your own business. But separate yourself from the business. In other words, don't live the life where it's my business. So I want to buy a new shoe. You dip your hands into your sales and you buy a new shoe.
From the drawer.
From the drawer. It's your money. Yeah. But the first thing I would say is put yourself on a salary.
Okay.
That says, this is my salary. And try to discipline yourself to live within that salary you've put yourself on. Number two, plan for your own pension if you are not on SNIT.
Good.
Because it's important. You may not have, you are self-employed, but another 5 years, this business may not exist. So if you are self-employed, learn to milk your own business. Learn to move money out of the business and invest some. Put some in some financial assets somewhere. It's helpful. The return will not be as high as running your own business and being self-employed, but that backup is very important.
And SNIT has a provision for people like
exactly.
this.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So
yes.
go to SNIT.
Yes.
Yeah.
And besides SNIT, there are a number of pension fund trustees that you could talk to, and they can help you.
Let's go back to the lines again. Yeah. Good morning. You're live on GH1 TV. We are talking about money matters. Is that Mercy? Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Nelson, hi. What's your question for Paul, please?
Yeah, I want to know if you are, let's say, taking 500 Ghana cedis a month. Yes. How well would you be able to save?
500 Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
Old 5 million.
And how would you be able to?
How will you be able to save? Okay, all right. Let's
the
economic situations. Yes. Yeah, good question, Paul. So listen, is there an amount of money that you earn that is too little for you to save?
No, there is none. And people are going to pick me on this, but it's okay.
You can save with 500, 200,
yes.
100.
I would say that start with the 10-20-70 principle.
Okay.
Pay tithe of 10% if you believe in tithing like I do. If you don't, still give 10% to society. But it doesn't matter your salary level. Put 20% away into investment.
And 70, you live on the 70.
And live on the 70.
10, 20, 70. Let's go to another caller. Yeah. Good morning. Ago, you are live on GH1.
Hello?
Yes, please lower the volume in your television set. Speak to me through the phone. Ask Paul a question.
Hello? Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, Kofi, my name is John. I'm calling from Takwa.
Okay, John, go ahead.
Kofi, I'm a mining worker. And I've been deduct, let's say, 1,000 cedis a month to do this pension scheme. But my challenge is that when it comes to that, at the end of the day, they will deduct it all right. But at the end, getting the money back, that's where my challenge is. Sometimes unless you go to court and this kind of this, you find a lawyer, by the end of my day, they deduct it all right. But how to get the money back, that's where my problem is.
Okay, so your company is making deductions and you want access to those deductions. Is that your question?
Yes, please.
All right, thank you very much. Paul.
So I would say if you're a worker and you have deductions on your account going into a pension fund, whether it's SNIT or a second tier or a third tier, you have a responsibility to make sure that you are getting statements.
Good.
It's your money.
Yes.
Follow up. You don't be passive when it comes to making money. It's your money. Follow up. I pick statements every month.
You must know what is happening to your cash.
You must know what is happening to your cash. Because, I mean, there are some companies, not all companies, there are some companies that do these deductions, and they don't pay to these trustees or into a provident fund. So even though the deduction leaves your salary, that money may be still sitting with the company. They have deducted but never invested. So you have a responsibility to make sure that I want to see my statement and I want to see that deduction reflecting
so
on my
chase
statement.
it up, be active about your money. Let's take a last caller from Tamale. Good morning. Good morning, sir. You are live. Paul Mante is here. What is your question related to money?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
My question is,
it's a big question. There's a dramatic pause. Are you coming? Question is gone. Okay. Anyway, Paul, so wrap it up for us. We are kind of concluding this conversation, but just repeat those keys again. Yes. You have to plan for your retirement.
So there are only two keys we manage to share within the time we have. One is a decision need to be made with reference to today. If you've never made it, 23rd April 2018. And number two is you need to be deliberate and plan for your future.
Decide and be deliberate.
Yes.
And those 5 things that you need to be planning for is
1, retirement.
Good.
2, housing. 3, your children's education. Number 4,
if you don't have children.
If you don't have children, it's fine.
Plan for the children.
Plan for the children that will come.
Okay.
I've been a little biased because
you have children. Yes.
Yes, but once you have children, you need to plan for the children. Number 4, plan to give back to society, and number 5, plan for high life.
Indeed.
Chop life small.
Chop life small. And then you had a 10-20-70 formula.
Yes.
For those who didn't hear, 10% of your money goes where?
So that is another key for another day. Paying yourself every month. So your salary is not what is given to you by your employer. Because out of that salary, your landlord will take part, MTN will take part, the taxi driver will take part of that salary and all that. Your salary is what you are able to keep out of what you call salary. And I'm saying 20% of that minimum must be yours to keep every month.
Okay. And the 10% is what you give to society or for your tithes.
Exactly. And 70%, manage it, you will not die.
Fantastic. Yeah. Paul Kofi Mante deals with money, you know, the professional level. He teaches about money as well, and he's written books. You can actually go look for his books. Where can we find your books, Paul?
Challenge Bookshop, a number of shelf filling stations, or go to Facebook, Paul Kofi Mante. Just send a message. Somebody will respond and will deliver books to you.
And your Mante has no Y?
Has no Y. Mante.
Couple of messages from Seth Whitty. After meeting Paul about 4 years ago, I'm getting rich day by day. He has really changed my life with his books and financial advice. Enoch Owusi, Golden Era International School, Soud says, good morning. There's nothing too late, nothing too early. Financial security against old age is very crucial. We don't have to compromise on that. Another one, financial percent is only for the financial independence is only for the 0.01% of the population. For the majority, this is elusive as any savings is eroded and therefore not sustainable for my business inside family. It's not true.
That is not true.
It's for everybody.
It's for everybody.
Everybody can save.
It's for everybody. And I have clients who are plumbers, who are electricians, all kinds of people.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it's for everybody. It's never true. You see the point I made earlier on?
Yes.
Once you take this posture, the mind goes to sleep because you know that it is not possible.
So it is possible.
It is possible.
And finally, somebody wants to get your number. Is it possible?
Yes.
Okay, please give it to them. Or later.
Yes, they should call in.
All right.
Yeah, and then we'll share.
All right, then. So you let us know. We'll send you the number by WhatsApp. Paul, I really thank you so much.
Thank you, Kaf.
Thank you. Please stay with me. We'll chat some more. Let's go for the traffic check right now here on GH1 TV. Let's find out what the situation is happening around this capital of ours as far as traffic is concerned. Traffic check right now. Okay, this is the traffic check. We're at the Ring Road right now, real-time pictures. The left takes you into Nima and all those areas. Right takes you to Asylum down, straight down to Osu. The coast is clear. Yeah, but don't overspeed. I beg you. Coast is clear. Wear your seatbelt. Don't drink any alcohol. We need you alive. That's your Ring Road traffic check. From there, we are going to the Bama Camp area. It's clear. At least on one side. The side going to 37 is not that clear, but going towards Trade Fair is sweet. So we like it.